Hola, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Alejandra y bueno, el día de hoy estoy muy emocionada porque por fin se me hizo. Estoy a punto de entrevistar a Nick Jonas, que está de regreso en nuestro país. Hi Nick, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, first of all, welcome to Mexico. I'm good. As I say, we are really happy to have you back here.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
So, Nick, last time you were here, you were still on tour with Joe and Kevin. So, how does it feel to be back, but now by your own?
It's very different. It's a learning experience for me in a lot of ways. But I get to start over and be a new artist again, which is a great feeling. And I'm thrilled, about the reception to the new music and about everything, and just excited to get out there and play for my fans.
How much has changed since that last year?
Lots changed, yeah, just in my life and also, in who I am as a person and the music I'm making, and it's just very different. But it all feels very good, and I think I'm at a place where I'm really trying to enjoy each moment and soak it all in.
So you have this album coming out on November 11. What can you tell us about it?
It feels very good. It's I think really transparent music and kind of touches on my older influences like Stevie Wonder and Prince and the more modern stuff like The Weeknd and Frank Ocean and things like that that have really inspired me, and just thrilled that people are watching me grow and that they're coming on that journey with me.
So how would you define that growing?
I think the best way to define it is to basically just say that it happened naturally. For me, it was about taking the time to let the growth happen and not push it or force it. And that feels good. It's just nice to do what I love and have fans that support me.
Okay. So out of this album, what was the most intense song, not only in terms of what it says, the message, but also about the process of creating it?
There's a few. I think that Jealous was one of those, which is the single right now, and a song called Nothing Will Be Better, which was a really emotional song for me about kind of family and the change there. And I love this song, and it's one of the ones I'm really excited for people to hear. So those two.
Okay. And you also have a collaboration with Demi Lovato on this album, but I had understood that she's also having another collaboration with you in her new album. So can you tell us about it?
Yeah, we write a lot of songs together, so there's always music out there and things happening. But the one from my record is a song called Avalanche, and so excited for people to hear this because it's, I think, kind of really touches on our relationship actually, and is kind of personal in that way. We actually didn't write this one, but it still has a really deep connection for us, and we both love the song and decided to sing it together. And she's a great friend of mine, so it was a great experience.
So as you say, she's a good friend of you, but can we expect maybe a tour with both of you?
I don't know. Maybe. I worked on Demi's tour earlier this year back in the U.S. on the sort of creative director side, and that was a great experience. And I'm not sure if we'll do a full tour together because we did that many times in the past. But I'm excited for her and her career, and if the right thing happened, then maybe.
It would be amazing. And you've also been working with Ariana Grande, so is there any song coming out?
I'm not sure. We wrote a bunch of songs a while ago, and they're great. I love them. So we'll see what happens with them. But she's obviously doing great right now, and it's great to see. And I'll definitely be down to do something with her in the future.
Okay, so you've been doing so many things. You were on Broadway, your first solo album, then the band and movies and all this stuff. So, and now you're also part of a company of models. Is there any missing in your career that you really want to do maybe in 2 years?
I would love to write a musical. That's a dream of mine. So, having done theater and things like that, I had a great experience, but doing something that I've written would be amazing. So that's the next goal.
And you're pretty creative, and you're also producing for other people. If you could put together a girls' band, who would you like to be on it?
Interesting. I think there's a lot of really great young female artists right now. It's kind of crazy. You look at the charts, and it's like mostly females. But I'd say, let's think here. How about like we'll go with younger girls who are like just about to explode, like Zendaya. I got to produce a song for her on her album, which was great, and she's amazing. And then I think Becky G's doing a good job. So Becky G is kind of killing it. So her, and one more.
Maybe Olivia, Summerline.
Yeah, of course, perfect. That's like the new TLC.
That would be the female version of the Jonas Brothers.
Exactly.
So, Nick, last year you didn't dress up for Halloween. Are you planning on being someone this year?
Well, my girlfriend wants me to do it with her, so I'll probably dress up.
Any clue?
I don't know. We haven't decided yet. We'll do something together. We have to figure that out quickly. It's coming up very soon.
And Nick, with these pictures that we saw a few weeks ago, how do you feel about it? Because when you see those pictures, you don't imagine that you have diabetes, because many people maybe don't recognize you as the guy who has this fight against diabetes. So how is it, like, mixing that with stuff?
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, I have type 1 diabetes, which isn't necessarily diet managed. It's more about insulin management and things like that. So I have to stay on top of what I eat and make sure I'm aware of what I'm putting in my body. But it's different than type 2. But I try to live a healthy life and push myself to be healthy. But it gets tough in moments. But just keep pressing on.
And Nick, some of your fans are pretty interested on your personal life and the journey you've been through growing on the spotlight. So would you like to put on maybe a autobiography?
Maybe, yeah. I think I've got a lot of life left to live before I write a book about it. Sometimes I see other people putting out books, and I'm like, well, isn't there a lot more you want to accomplish still? So I'd say maybe in 25, 30 years I'd write something, because I'm sure I'll have a lot of stories to tell at that point.
But with this album, you kind of tell the stories that happened to you, right?
Yeah, I feel like my music is my outlet, my way of telling my stories and sharing my journey, and that's the best. It's a great feeling to be able to have an outlet like music and songwriting in that way.
And do you have any regret or something that you felt kind of uncomfortable doing it?
I think the biggest thing for me was just in the past. I didn't take the time to enjoy the moments as much as I should have, and I've been really fortunate in my life to see a lot of great things, perform in front of some amazing people, and now in this stage of my career, I'm trying to really enjoy that and take the time to sort of look at it with that mentality, because life can fly by.
And with this album, we see, I have this question actually, if it's the real Nick Jonas or the new version of Nicholas Jonas?
I think that it is the real Nick Jonas, but it's who I am today, and that happened over time. That's a natural growth, and these things don't just happen overnight. You're gonna have to let it happen naturally.
And as I said at the beginning of the interview, you've been many times in Mexico, so I'm hoping that you already know a little bit more Spanish.
Not very much. My goal for my New Year's resolution is to learn how to speak Spanish. But I know, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien. Buenas noches. Buenos días.
Can I teach you something? So if you want to stay for a longer time, you can make it here.
Perfect. Teach me.
That's how you order tacos. So you say, señor.
Señor.
Tres.
Tacos.
Y. Un. Refresco.
Say it again.
Refresco. Por favor. Yeah, there was 3 tacos and a Coke, please.
Perfect.
You did it, Nick. Well, hopefully we get to see you back in Mexico next year with a bigger tour, and we can wait to see you performing this weekend.
So much. I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Anything you want to say to your Mexican fans?
Thank you for all the love and support, and looking forward to seeing you again very soon.
Thank you, Nick, so much. Bueno, esto fue todo por esta exclusiva con Nick Jonas. Espero que les haya gustado mucho y recuerden seguirnos en nuestras redes sociales y nuestro hashtag es mi hit.